guys, welcome back to the channel with Mr. Atomic Perspective here, and today's video is going to be on how to generate 7-figure worth of asset within a year, right? And this is actually not going to be revolving around real estate. You can do it via real estate, but I really want to take a different approach in regards to how I'm going to break this down. But as far as you follow some of the steps that I'm going to outline in today's videos, you should be able to take everything that I'm going to go over and implement it in regards to acquiring any type of income generating asset. So really, when we're talking about building wealth or acquiring asset, really, because that's what it is, right? Acquiring income generating asset, right? That can add on to your net worth, that can add on to the income that you're currently generating. So if you are looking to do so, there's a mindset that you need to have, right? I talked a lot in some of my previous videos in regards to the 4 cash flow quadrant, where you can start as an employee and eventually move as in a self-employer phase, and then you can eventually be a business owner, where I really hope that's where most people are going to be in, right? Looking at my video and watching some of the content that I put out, because that's really what I want to push people to be. I want them to be in the business owner phase. And lastly, you have the investor, which is a very, that takes many years, sometimes decades to get into that position, right? But it's really more of a lifestyle, because if you enjoy what you're doing, if you enjoy making money, building your business and doing what you're doing, you're investing little money here and there, you're investing little by little, year by year, it's just going to be a byproduct of being consistent, right? Becoming an investor. So you're already an investor if you're a business owner and you're applying the right foundation and principle as to how you're managing your money. So when it comes down to generating 7-figure worth of asset, right, within that period of time, it's not impossible. It's actually very feasible. And increasing your net worth that fast is actually very, very feasible. First is understanding the difference between good debt and bad debt, right? A lot of the time when people think about debt, they think about credit card, they think about something bad, right? You know, I owe someone money, I need to pay them back. It's not really helping me, you know, acquiring or building my net worth. But in reality, the fastest way to actually get to the point where you can retire, you can have the lifestyle that you want, is actually utilizing good debt. The difference is this: bad debt are like credit card, or getting into a bad credit card deal. For example, you finance a car way beyond the MSRP, right? That's gonna mess you up when it's actually time to resell the car. So that's not a good deal. Those are just example, right, that you guys can think about. When you're acquiring depreciating asset, right, that's actually bad debt, right? What you want to do with debt is that you want to focus on acquiring appreciating asset. Let me give you an example here, the most common one, right, for people that are in the entrepreneurship world. If you're acquiring a property, right, you are borrowing about $300,000 to buy a property. You are going to buy the property, and then you're going to put people in that property, fully rent that property for people to pretty much pay the rent for you, right? Or pay the mortgage, I should say, for you. Let's say the mortgage is $2,500, right? Now, every single month as they pay off that property, you don't have to worry about it, right? You may have put $10,000, $20,000 down to buy the property, or however much you actually had to put it down to close it, but you don't really have to worry about taking care of the mortgage anymore. So let's say 2-3 years goes by, guess what? That property now in equity probably have about 50 to 60,000 that it has accumulated from appreciation and also from the family paying off the property. That's an example of a good debt, right? Or let's say you see an opportunity that is already generating income, and you know, if you are able to buy into that opportunity, you'll be able to continuously make the money, or buy into a business, for example, that's already making money. That's another example of an income generating asset or a good debt to utilize in order for you to be able to increase your net worth, right? So if you see a business that's doing 4,000 or 5,000 in revenue after all the expenses and everything is said and done, or 6-figure generating business, then that's a good, you know, if you acquire debt to buy that business, that's a good debt, because you can utilize the income from the business to pay off the debt, right? Because it's going to be over a period of time and you have income coming in. That is good debt, guys. So really understanding the difference between those two is going to be crucial going into the next step. So now the question you're asking me is, say, hey, yes, and I understand the difference between good debt and bad debt, Atomic. You know, what's the next thing that I should do? How do I get $100,000 worth of, of debt? or however much I need to acquire those assets. I told you never ask, okay? One of the fastest way to acquire a lot of debt, especially good debt in this example, is via business credit, right? There's limitation in terms of what you can actually acquire with personal credit. On the high end, I have seen people personally, and actually in real life example, I have seen people personally that I know that have been able to acquire between 200 to $500,000 worth of credit card debt in terms of for their business. But on the other side, on personal credit, I have seen on the upward probably the most, probably 80,000 to 100,000, and this is like very unusual, right? But on average, I have seen people have 30 to 50,000 typically. That's typically like amazing, right? In terms of what you're able to do with personal credit. But you're never going to really cross the realm of 100,000 on average. Typically, you're only able to do that if you have a business that you have built its credit and relationship with banks that you have it with. So having a relationship built with different institutions, with credit bureaus that specifically report for business is crucial in order for you to build your business credit. And there's a company actually that I'm personally working with right now called Fund and Grow. They are actually a Fortune 5,000 company, and I have helped hundreds, if not thousands, of businesses build up business credit and helping them acquire more money so that they're able to continue to scale and do more. And also, they have helped brand new business build and grow their company as well. So if you're someone who's brand new, you have good personal credit. Yes, you do have to have good personal credit. They can definitely help you. And I'll make sure to put a link below in the description so you guys can access that information and see for yourself how they work. They are a great company in helping you build your business credit. There are a few courses online and that can show you how to do things. For me, I'm a type of person that like to get my hand dirty. I like to make sure that I'm able to get things rolling, right? But I'm also organized in a way where I want to be able to get things moving. So if I know there's someone that have the information, the right information that can help me skip all the headache, I'll go to that person and work. And look guys, I'm not getting anything from this company, right? I just have done a lot of research in regard to what are the best company to work with, and this is the company to go to, right? When it comes down to building business credit. So typically to acquire 100 to 250,000, it takes about 8 to 12 months, right? On average, typically. That's why I say a year. So once you have acquired about 6-figure worth of business credit, the next step is beginning working with business broker, right? Business broker are pretty much the middleman between companies or the businesses that are looking to sell their business and people that are looking to buy into a business. And typically when you have built business credit and you have a great credit, guess what? It's easy for you to be able to qualify for a loan that helps you acquire those businesses. So for example, if you have a nightclub, or if you have a restaurant, if you have an online business that's already doing 7-figure, right, which is worth 7-figure, but let's say it's bringing in revenue about $100,000 every single month, you can get a loan for about 7-figure or however much that business is worth. Then take that money, acquire the business, and the revenue that you're getting from that business, you can also utilize that revenue in helping you pay for the loan of that business on a month-to-month basis, because they're gonna obviously give you a term, or depending on the deal that you structure, you may get a term for X amount a year, and it will allow you to pay off that mortgage. But really it depends, it goes case by case. But typically your business broker, the person that you work with to helping you find the business, will give you the right information and point you in the right direction in regards to what you need to do, because they are invested in helping you find the best deal. Because at the end of the day, the moment you buy that business, they get a percentage out of that deal. So guys, once you acquire that business, guess what? Your net worth jumped from wherever it was at to now 7-figure, because now you own a 7-figure business, guys. You own a 7-figure business. In terms of what you can sell it for, you are the one that regulates the price of that business. So if you take that business and grow it beyond 7-figure, maybe 8-figure, guess what? Now you are worth 8-figure. That's one of the ways a lot of people have grown their wealth. For example, Magic Johnson, that's one of the ways he has grown his income and grown his net worth, right? He has a sub company under his belt where they find companies that are struggling and help them get up to speed and rebuilding them and increasing their value. By doing so, he's able to buy a company at a discount and fix them up, get them up and running, and increase their value. And by doing so, increasing his own net worth. Guys, that's one of the fastest way to go from 0 to 7 figure in a matter of a year. I have seen people done it. Like I say, you may have to have a few things in place, like having a really good credit. That's really crucial. But that's one of the fastest way, right? You leveraging bad debt is not going to help you. You have to leverage good debt, right? And if you are doing this right now, you have to find a way to get out of those situations where you're not using credit card and maxing out credit card. You can use credit card in a good way to build your credit. You just cannot be maxing out your credit card. You have to be responsible about it. And things happen, but it's about how you react and how you go from there once you made a mistake, right? And start working on the thing that you know that you need to work on to get to the next level. So typically it's important to have good credit in order for you to be able to build your business credit. Otherwise, you're gonna need to have some revenue coming in to be able to show that. It just takes way much longer. But guys, I don't want to make this video too long, but at the end of the day, those are the steps. You need to have good debt. That debt typically has to come through business rather than your personal credit, and you need to work with a company typically that help you build up that credit, right? That help you build that credit limit of your business to the point where you have 7-figure, where you have 6-figure or multiple 6-figure, and start looking for a business broker, whether that will be locally or nationally in a different state, and give that person your requirement in regards to what you're looking for. Maybe you're looking for a multiple 6-figure business that you can take and then scale to 7-figure to be able to increase your net worth, or look for a 7-figure business that's generating a robust income and really help you grow at the end of the day. But typically you will hand the business broker your requirement and they will go ahead and do the work in looking for the right business for you. In the description, I'll make sure to pin down the link to the website for Fund and Grow, which is the company that help you build business credit. And if you guys have any other question, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer it and jump on it. I'm trying to be as productive as I can and help as many of you as possible. So if you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment. I'll be sure to reply to it. And lastly, you can also find me on Instagram at Mr. Atomic Perspective. And with that said, guys, that concludes the video. Make sure to press the like button, subscribe, and also share the video, since it actually helps get this message to a broader audience. Thank you guys for sticking to the end of the video. I appreciate you. Until next time, Atomic Perspective. Peace.